What is up, everyone? We are back with another one by Boy and Pops. And my God, bro, why was there so much traffic coming to school today? Do you know I was almost late to school because of that traffic? Yeah, bro, because of that traffic. Well, I stopped blaming the traffic, ladies and gentlemen. It's the science and media that's the problem. Because let me tell you, we should have some other form of transportation that's still in cars. You can probably see where I'm going with this. That's right, we could have had flying cars about 57 years ago, even prior to that. That's right, our 4th grade dreams could have probably came true in the Egyptian times, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why in this video. But before we do that, I don't know what you're standing there for at your blank screen. Man, click that dang subscribe button so you can see all notifications and tell your homies about it as well. Click that dang subscribe button, bro. I will not say it again, bro. Unless we make another video, which we will. But let's get right into it. So good. But once again, it is on, bro. We have got the laptop with me, and apparently the Hampton incident in 1965, an unexplained UFO incident in Virginia, bro. So we're gonna be reacting to this, man, and see why exactly we could have had flying cars about 57 years ago, man. Let's get right into it, bro.
A witness reports a strange object hovering in the night sky over Virginia.
When the witness is a NASA engineer, well, you sit up and pay attention.
The sighting remains unexplained for almost half a century.
I mean, what was that thing? What was it?
Can newly declassified NASA documents finally solve the mystery?
57 years ago.
6 p.m., January 27th, 1965. Hampton, Virginia. David Crimmins is an 11-year-old schoolboy driving home with his father.
We were in the car, and we pulled into our driveway. The door was half open, and he stopped, and he was staring through the windshield. Dad said, go get the binoculars, because he did not want to take his eyes off it. It's a mile, good mile away. It was flying. You definitely see the lights very clearly. They blinked in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
As Crimmins describes it, red and orange lights on what appears to him to be a rotating disc. And then it gets even more bizarre. This thing actually lands.
Just another UFO sighting. They are right about that. But if you notice, this is the actual depiction of the UFO, or the flying saucer, you may call it.
He worked at Langley Air Force Base, at NASA. He basically knew the exotic advanced equipment that NASA used, and he could get into it, figure it out, fix it, make it work.
When you have a NASA employee reporting a UFO, especially over a military or government installation, the government has to report it.
The U.S. Air Force launches its own investigation into the Hampton incident.
The Air Force put forth a theory that the object that was seen was actually an H-3 Sea King helicopter. You can see these at nighttime where the blade actually gives off some electric discharge. You can see the colors, like a laser just going back and forth and back and forth.
But the Air Force explanation doesn't fit with Crimmins' witness report of a silent craft.
This just doesn't add up. The fact that the Air Force says that it was an H-3
That was interesting, I'm not gonna
First
lie.
of all, the helicopter makes a ton of noise.
We listened, you know, however hard you can listen. And no, we couldn't hear anything. He said, in my mind, now I know for sure it's not a helicopter.
Crimmins pushes the investigation further.
After being interviewed by the Air Force, Crimmins actually gets in touch with NICAP.
NICAP, the leading UFO investigation group at that time, opens an investigation. And this is when things get really interesting.
Do look like
NICAP
Rockman from this
investigators
verse.
suggest
Look at it.
the
Ears on
location
him,
of
bro.
Crimmins' sighting could provide an explanation.
In the vicinity of where these two witnesses had their sighting is Langley Air Force Base. Could there have been some secret testing there that would explain their sighting?
The Air Force at that time was building what we called Project 1794. And this was their first attempt in building an actual flying saucer.
At the time of the sighting, Project 1794 was designated top secret. But in October 2012, the Department of Defense released declassified documentation.
According to the documents, the craft would have had a top speed of Mach 4 with a ceiling of over 100,000 feet.
Theoretically, the flying saucer would have been able to perform the incredible maneuvers witnesses described.
Most importantly, it would have been capable of VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing.
But evidence from another U.S. military flying saucer program suggests such a craft would have been hard to build.
The military did build a prototype craft called the Avrocar, but it never moved beyond the point of being able to fly just a few feet into the air.
The plug gets pulled on the Avrocar project in 1960. Well, that's 5 years earlier, so that can't be the explanation.
For almost 5 decades, the Hampton incident remains unsolved.
So, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I actually wanted to show you for that video. But the guy said that this thing can move at about Mach 4. And was originally a 1960 project, so that couldn't have been the flying saucer. And Mach 4 is way too slow for these aliens, bro. So, with that being said, what the heck was it then? Well, that's besides the point. If they were wasting time building this, bro, you mean to tell me that we cannot have flying cars as an average source of transportation 57 years back, bro? That's crazy, man. That's just absolutely absurd, bro. Because they were wasting time building this, and people were thinking it was aliens. You saw the dude. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we should take into consideration that this can be done. Absolutely can be done. Whether Trump was in office or Biden was in office. And according to carsdofly.com, today the technologies being developed and applied to make flying cars include the automotive piloting driving VTOL, that's not texting slang, and takeoff and landing, or electric power. And flying cars provide aim and green safe environment and fast transportation in urban areas. Now, this goes back to what I was talking about, whether Trump was in office or Biden was in office, because both were planning to push the electric car sales. But Biden was obviously trying to do it more, and he is right now. And they said a green safe environment for these flying cars, so I guess they're going to be electric. But how else would you put that into production? And how much would it cost? And how much would it save the lives of people, actually, in terms of the environment? Because, to be honest, bro, electric cars are not saving the environment right now. If you have any idea, bro, how those are being made, those are literally being made with coal, bro. And I'm not just saying that as an exaggeration. If you look at the factories, like this photo right here, they're actually being made with this, bro. So you cannot tell me that they're saving the environment. Drop in the comments if you actually think they are, and we'll have a debate.
Biodiesel is a form of diesel fuel derived from plants and animals, consisting of long-chain fatty acid eaters. It's typically made of chemically reacting lipids, such as animal fat and tallow, soybean oil, or other form of vegetable oil with alcohol, producing a methanol, ethanol, or methanol fuel, or polyester for a lot of process transfiguration. So, basically, if you got vegetable oil and some fat animals, you basically got yourself a biodiesel. Now, why might this be related to flying cars, you ask? Well, we all have to crawl before we walk. If they can't have enough money to produce flying cars right now for the average public citizen, then we can definitely make diesels public, because these things can last for about 1 million miles or 2 million miles, or way more, even about 300 years in the transmissions. And I'm not just saying that to be over-exaggerating. They actually last as long, guys, because diesels and biodiesels, period, can last very long. You know those garbage trucks that you see outside on the garbage days on Tuesdays? Well, those things use biodiesels. Yes, they're literally being fueled with animal fat and vegetable oil.
So with all that in contrast, while this will not solve the traffic problem, it will definitely be a better source of transportation for people. So it will literally not be burning money right now. because this will be a super cost-effective method. We're using biodiesels and diesels instead of electric cars because diesel fuel is literally thinner than water. What else is thinner than water? Except for that. And water costs nothing to produce. So we're literally burning billions of dollars right now, bro. Just burning money. Like imagine this right here. So now that you guys know about the diesels and biodiesels, the moral of the story is know what you're getting into, America, because you guys are wasting time building that and thinking that people are going to follow through, putting that on the media, and now you're just leaking into the internet, thinking that people, we can actually be capable of building these things. No, we can't, bro. But we can be able to build better transportation for the public so that we will not have to stand in traffic all day. So, in spite of all that, if y'all just trying to think I'm trying to attack the government because of this video, I'm not trying to do that, bro. I'm trying to simply tell y'all what's going on. And, let y'all know that this is real. This was going on. But do not let the media fool you, bro. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at this. It's been literally 57 years, bro. And that guy in Virginia was clearly stating that he is still trying to figure out what's going on. And what the heck was on top of his house? The floating flying saucer? I'd be terrified, bro. Because you don't know what that is, man. And don't front. Y'all would be too. Yes, you would. I can see it. But, man, click that dang subscribe button so y'all can get all notifications and more videos like this. And drop in the comments of what you think about this, bro. What do you think about this? Peace out.